welcome back to another episode in the Passion Project. I'm your girl Juanita Michelle, in the place with views you absolutely can and need to use. If you want to live a passionate, purpose-filled life, if you want to do it right the first time, which we only have one time, this is the place you need to be every single Thursday with me. So let's get started. Today, I'm talking about a subject that I've mastered for a mighty long time. It's a technique that a lot of people seem to have trouble with, and so I want to help you. And I want to help you see why you need to be doing it. You need to learn how to say no. And it's not to be mean, it's not to be evasive, and it doesn't mean that you don't love the people that you're saying no to. You see, I don't think we put enough value in our yes, and we don't know what our values are. So we say yes, even when the answer should be no. If you're not saying no, it means that you are always saying yes. You see a problem? If you don't, let me help you. In essence, this means that you do not have any standards for yourself or the world around you. It means that anything goes. And is that how you really feel? I mean, what do you believe in? What do you stand by? What do you live by? That must count for something. Boundaries keep us aligned with our own individual purpose, and they keep us from getting lost in someone else's. Secondly, the word no is a formula for respect. When you know your priorities, and even better, when other people know what they are, your no has value. It invites a level of respect that you won't get from agreeing to things you don't agree with. Learn to respect yourself and in turn teach others how to respect you. And this can mean saying no to just about everything. You can say no to drinking. You can say no to sex. You can say no to a religious ritual that you don't believe in. You can say no to a social activity that you don't have interest in. You can say no to junk food. You can say no to a particular lifestyle. You can say no to a particular hairstyle. You can say no to anything you don't value and that does not serve you. And the most obvious reason why we need to learn to say no is time management. We all have the same amount of time in every day, 24 hours. 8 of which should be spent sleeping or resting. That leaves 16 hours for you to be productive. When you manage your time poorly or you overcommit, this results in work overload. It reduces your quality of work. It cuts down your recovery time and ultimately will lead to physical and mental breakdown. So why do you say yes when the answer is clearly no? Fear of rejection. The thought of being alone scares you more than losing your own dignity or sanity. Not hurting other people's feelings. Oh, you're so sensitive. You're sensitive to the point that you are overly concerned about other people's sensitivities. Obligation. Someone in your life has done something for you and you feel indebted to repay them. Or that person is in a position of authority or influence over you, so you feel uncomfortable saying no. This adult behavior is deeply rooted in our childhoods. As children, we are taught to obey, to fall in line with all the plans that have been set out for us. It's ingrained. We aim to please. As we age, some of us adapt, while some of us remain constant in our desire to please, especially those we feel are in a position of power or who are of benefit to us. So Juanita, I hear you, but how do I stop? I'm a yes man, I can't help it. What's your advice? I'm so glad you asked. First, think about all that time and money and energy and effort and emotion and money and food and clothes and gas money and frustration, all that stuff you've wasted already trying to please other people. That should invoke a very strong desire to stop it from happening again. Think about all the people that always want something, and all the times you did it, knowing you shouldn't have, or you wouldn't have, or you don't feel like it, or it's against your values, or you don't believe in it, or you're being dishonest. Think about all those things and then decide that you don't want to feel that way ever again. You see, the mere fact that you have a list of things that you can think of and remember and feel regret about doing means that there is a sentiment of resentment within you. Every time someone says yes to you when they really mean no, that creates resentment. Resentment that spills over into your relationship and could tarnish it for good. Secondly, learn how to recognize manipulation. Now, I'm not saying that every single person that asks for a favor or needs your help or your support is manipulating you. That is not what I am saying. I am saying that you need to learn the difference between someone that genuinely needs your support and someone who is simply using you because you're available. If someone only contacts you to do them favors, which may not be so bad because maybe you're just acquaintances or business connects and you just only need each other when you need each other. But I'll go on. Or they don't show gratitude. You're doing all these things for them and you just feel like a service provider. They're unsupportive of you and or only seem concerned about themselves. Yeah. If you can combine all those things in one person, you're probably being manipulated. Number 3, learn to be of service to yourself. Commit to being of service to yourself. What does this mean? Never do things you don't agree with or that don't align with your values. Do you know what they are? Your values? What are they? Do you have priorities already set up? What are they? Place your priorities in order and make decisions about how you will spend your time based on that. Resist the urge to compromise. Oh, it's such a lovely word, compromise. Oh, especially when we talk about relationships. It's such a lovely word. Everyone wants you to compromise and kumbaya, but my friends, sometimes compromise is a bad thing. I'm whispering because I don't want to disturb the spirits of people who are kumbayaing all the day long. Let me help you again. Here are the areas of compromise I suggest may be okay. When you're caring for someone who cannot care for themselves or who absolutely need guidance and support to make it. When there's reciprocity being shown, when you have a legal obligation that is also morally sound, then yeah, you might need to compromise. But otherwise, trust me, it's fine to say no. Number 4, be okay feeling uncomfortable in those first few moments after you've said no. If you are a yes man, it's going to absolutely feel funky the first few times you tell people no. You are going to be a squirming, unsettled, hot mess. But there's good news. That feeling gets weaker and weaker the more you practice saying no. The more you practice enforcing your boundaries, the more confident you become. And guess what? People recognize your confidence and they learn through you how to respect your viewpoints. Letting someone down or hurting their feelings without any malice does not constitute the end of the world. Practice saying no. No. Stand in front of the mirror. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. I can't. I rather not. That doesn't go with my values. I am opposed to that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna disappoint you, but no. Go in front of the mirror and practice. Look at yourself. See how you look saying no. I promise you, you will not grow horns. Smoke will not come out of your ears. You'll still be human, and you'll still be loving, and people will still want you around. My rule of thumb is to always be polite and pleasant, yet firm. So, an example. Hey girl, what's up? You all right? Girl, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Girl, Tyrone, he think I'm stupid. He think I'm dumb. Yeah, girl, he over at that girl house right now telling me he had his boys playing. Yeah, girl, I'm ready to pull up. I'm about to pull up. You coming? I'm smashing tires today. I'm slashing tires and I'm busting windows. Are you coming? I want you to come, girl. No? I ain't busting nobody windows, girl. Are you crazy? What you mean if I'm crazy? Hell yeah, I'm crazy. He think I'm stupid, but I'm actually crazy. Okay, well, I appreciate your cray, but I'm not cray, so I'm not coming. Be blessed. You got to learn. You got to learn when you just cannot. Now, I just used a very extreme example, but you get the picture. She be alright. She go bust the windows herself and slash the tires herself and get arrested herself. And then she'll call you, and then you continue practicing. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I don't have money put aside for bail. That's not something I budget for, hon. Have you tried calling your parents? And last but not least, this is how I do it. In all seriousness, number 5. This is how I do it, and this is the long-lasting, long-term strategy that you can implement into your life that will actually make it easier because it takes the emotion out of it. And this is simply just managing your time. You need to see your time and your energy as commodities that you have to manage. So just like you manage your meals or you manage your bank accounts, see time and energy in the same way. So practice scheduling your days every single day by the hour, even on the weekends when you're supposed to be relaxing or whenever your off time is. Schedule every day by the hour. Use a book planner or your phone. Most phones nowadays have planners or at least calendars on them. And then you plot out the tasks for the day. Now, you don't start with tasks. You start with rest and you start with meals. So you block out when you need to rest and you block out when you will need to stop and eat. Give yourself sufficient time to refuel. And then put in the tasks of the day and then requests from other people. What this does, like I said, it takes the emotion out of it and makes it very practical. And if you think about it, really there's no point in accepting a request that you can't fulfill. There's no point in that. And even if you can partway fulfill it, nobody appreciates that. Okay, people rather if you tell them no, you can't. They prefer to know that you are unable than for you to say that you accept and then you leave them hanging. Hey, time is money, time is valuable, your energy is valuable. You have to learn how to spend it wisely. Saying no gives you room to say yes to the things that are most important to you. This has been another message in the Passion Project. I trust that you've been blessed, entertained, informed, and empowered. See you next week. Bye.